Happy Monday, my math wizards. All right, kindergarten, today we are going to do a review of skills that we have already learned. So I want you to make sure that you have your worksheet in front of you. We're going to start on this side. So it's got the birds and the crowns. Make sure you have a pencil. And the first thing I do is always the same. I pick up my pencil and write my name. I'm going to write my name. Make sure you write your name on your paper. Remember, if at any point you need to pause this lesson, make sure you hit pause and then hit play when you're ready to get going again. Keep in mind, if you're doing this lesson during centers, you need to make sure that you are working and finishing it within that time frame that you have at that station, okay? So let's make sure we're zoned in and staying focused. Okay, so let's take a look. We're going to review addition and subtraction. We just finished our unit on adding, subtracting, composing, decomposing, and all our strategies for adding and subtracting within 10. So let's take a look at number 1. It says 4 seagulls were on the beach. You can see group 1 is 4 seagulls. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 seagulls were on the beach. 2 more seagulls came. There's that next group. 1, 2. How many seagulls are there now? Complete the equation to solve. Remember, when you're writing an equation, you need to make sure that your symbols are in the right place. So this one has it there for you to make it easy. And I always remind you that when you see Gus the plus, he's hugging group 1 and group 2 together. So you know where Gus the plus is. It's group 1 plus group 2. Say it with me. Group 1 plus group 2. One more time. Group 1 plus group 2. Good job. Whenever we see the equal sign, that's telling us that's where our total is going to go. So if our equal sign is at the end of the equation, that's where our total goes. If our equal sign is at the beginning of the equation, that's where our total goes, okay? So we've got Gus the plus first, so I know it's group 1 plus group 2. Our group 1 was 4 seagulls, 1, 2, 3, 4, were at the beach. So I'm going to write my group 1 here. You need to make sure that you put your group 1, here's my number 4, in the group 1 spot, because if you flip-flop it, then it doesn't match the picture. So group 1 plus group 2, 1, 2, group 1 plus group 2. There's 2 birds in group 2, so I'm going to write a 2. 4 plus 2 equals how many birds are there now? So now we count them all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great job. So there are 6 birds all together. Okay. Now I know before I even look at the signs, when I look at this picture, I see that they're taking away because they've X'd out some of those crowns, right? Pay attention to those signs. We have Linus the minus, and then the equal sign. When we see Linus the minus, we know we're going to start with the bigger number minus however many it tells us to take away. So let's listen to the math story. There are 7 crowns in the costume box. The children take out 3 crowns. How many crowns are there in the box now? So now let's fill in the equation. So remember, we start with how many crowns were in the box first before we take them away and X'd out. So we have to count all of them first. Or if we listened to the math story, I said that there were 7 crowns in the box. So look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 goes first. My big number, because I see Linus the minus, which means we're going to take away from the big number. All right. The children took how many crowns? 1, 2, 3. 3 are taken away. Remember, Linus the minus takes things away. So 3, around a tree, around a tree. That's how I make a 3. So 7 minus, or take away 3, equals the difference. How many are there now? What's our total left? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great job, 4. Please remember that when you are taking away, doing subtraction, using Linus the minus, that once you have drawn how many you start with, when you see minus 3, that does not mean you are drawing 3 more counters. I saw that mistake a lot last week. No, you're taking away from what you have already have. So if you've drawn 7 and it says take away 3, you're not going to draw 3 and then take away 3. You draw your 7, and then from that 7, you X out 3. Okay? Now let's look down here at number 3. Nick has 3 bow ties. His grandpa gives him 2 more. How can you show how many bow ties he has now? Circle all the correct answers. So there's that term that I talked to you guys about last week. When you hear circle all the correct answers, you're going to look for more than 1. So let's look at this first one. I know that Math Story said that he had 3 bow ties and Grandpa gives him 2 more. So let's look at our groups. I have 1, 2, and then 1, 2. Does that match? Is that 3 and 2?
No.
No, it's not. So I'm not going to choose that one. So he has 3 bow ties. 1, 2, 3. Grandpa gives him 2 more. 1, 2. Does that picture match the Math Story?
Yes.
Yes. Let's go ahead and circle it. Ooh. This one says 3 plus 2 equals 5. Does that match?
Yes.
Great job. It does match. We said that he had 3 bow ties, right? 1, 2, 3. There's our group 1 plus group 2. Grandpa gave him 2 more. 1, 2 equals, how many bow ties does he have now? 1, 2, 3, 4.
5.
So good job. So this is the picture. Oops. This is the picture that matches the equation, and then this is, or the Math Story, and this is the equation that matches. Great job. Let's turn our page over. All right, here we are practicing filling in the numbers to match the counters. So for number 1, our group 1 is those white counters. Group 2 is the black counters. So the sentence says 5 is blank and blank. So group 1 and group 2. Group 1 is, let's count them. 1, 2, 3. 3. Remember, when you have counters, you need to pay attention to what our group 1 and group 2 looks like, right? So group 1 and group 2. Group 2 has how many? 1, 2. And 2. Great job. Let's look at number 2. Again, this is how do we make 5? So 5 is, what are our groups here? It starts with group 1 is black. So how many is in my group 1?
1.
Good job. 1. How many is in my group 2? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. So 5 is 1 and 4. All right, I'm going to have you do this one on your own. This one is 4. So this says 4 is, so where's your group 1 and group 2? Count how many are in your group 1, write the number. Count how many are in your group 2 and write the number. All right, when you're ready to move on, let's come down here and look at all these counters. So each row is a set of counters. You should not be circling some here and then some up here. No, we're looking at each row of counters. So like this is a row of counters, this is a row of counters, this is a row of counters, and this is a row of counters. Which group makes 7? Circle all the correct answers. So are you looking for one answer?
No.
No, it said circle all the correct answers. So I know I'm looking for more than 1. So I'm going to count each one of these. So let's check this first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So is that a way to make 7?
Yes.
Yes, I counted 7 counters. It shows 4 and 3 make 7. So I'm going to circle that one. Okay, on your own, I want you to go count each group, and you're going to circle each one that makes 7. So you need to check each one and circle which one makes 7. All right, when you're all done, double check that you've answered everything. Make sure your name is on it before you either turn it in or get it checked by your teacher. All right, friends, I loved hanging out with you today. I will see you next time.